Welcome back everybody to KhaldorTV with more Heroes of the Storm content. Today we're going to look at the Qualifier 2 final of the Enter the Storm 3 tournament. The teams of course have 9 qualifiers, they can gather points by just performing well in those, and then at the end of those 9 qualifiers the top teams in the standings will qualify for the main event. And we have a lot of teams trying to get there of course. There's a lot of prize money on the line, $10,000 powered by Rocket and Alienware. And we are now in the final of our second qualifier, a best of 3 series between Puszek team and Kappa. Kappa has already won the last qualifier. They're doing extremely well these days, and they are actually running a very cool lineup here on the first map. They're having a Zebo in their midst and also a Khaldor, so really heroes that are late game oriented. And they're also running a Muradin at the front line. And Muradin, the pick was one of the reasons why we saw that is of course that you always want to try to aim for a Muradin and Tyrande combo, but that was already destroyed by their opponent's Puszek team picking the Tyrande away from them. So we're having for Puszek Tyrande together with an Anubarak and also a Tyrael. So really aggressive setup that just tries to jump into the opponent's combination and try to take that down. It's going to be pretty nice here. So guys, we are going to start this series off with a bang, I can promise you that much. We're going to jump into game number 1 between Puszek team and Kappa here on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Game on, ladies and gentlemen! Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1 in the final here at the Enter the Storm qualifier number 2. And in this case, we have Puszek going up against Kappa. To the left side of the map, it is Puszek team, the Polish team with Puszek on Tyrael. We have Go Terror on Anubarak, Shuf on Rega, aka Rutzuf the Turtle. We have Kreku on Jaina and Uberim on Tyrande. To the right side of the map, it is of course Kappa. In this first game of the best of 3 series with a Holo on Khaldor, Tomze on Tazada, Conti on Uther, Siphon on Zebo, and Escape on Muradin. Kappa was able to win the first qualifier and secure themselves quite a lot of points, so once again if you want to check out the standings or the details, then you can always check out the link in the video description. But for now, the most important thing to note is really that we have 9 qualifiers in total where teams can get points for the standings, and after all 9 tournaments are over with, the top 8 teams will advance to play in the main event. Enter the Storm 3 with $10,000 in prize money, in cash prize money, and then we also have some hardware prizes with another $8,000, which is actually pretty awesome. Ho ho! Pretty awesome for Kappa is that start into the game. A kill against Tyrael, but the counter kill against... Oh, that was actually like a little bit mean. The counter kill against Uther. So both of the guys that leave a ghost behind when they die just like, yeah, got wrecked in this one. We have, in terms of like talents, especially the double regeneration master now on Tyrael and Anubarak, so hit point regeneration for those 2 bad boys in the late game should actually be quite nice. Now that we're seeing the mana reduction talent for Rega on level 1, we could well see again the Shadow Wolf taken on 4 if he doesn't want to go into Feral Heart here. So that is of course going to be revealed in just a bit. But a roaming squad again, there's so much lockdown again for Kappa, and they are just moving straight into the middle to take down another target, and this time it is Tyrande. We don't see Muradin and Tyrande on the same team this time, so the love affair that the 2 of them had in the past in so many games was broken up by the 2 teams here in their draft. But we are still seeing the move up to the top lane. Puszek again stunned out. Where is the follow-up? They don't have it this time. There's just that gravity lapse, the wall of zombies, the stun on Uther and on Muradin, and they use that. They rotate again. It's this rotation squad that we sometimes also see on Dragonshire that they're currently using here. It's also a Stormbolt build for Muradin in this case. I guess against a double, I actually think that in this case they could have gone for Reverberation since they're up against a double tank. But a good stun here from Tyrande. They're moving straight for Tyrael again. Puszek is low, very low, and he gets away. Those spiders not going for him. Cypher was trying to probably direct them over there, but they get their own gems turned in, and already they got quite a few of those. 2 kills against 1. We have at the bot lane. This is like where nothing happens right now. Terror going up against Tomze here, and these 2 are just completely unfazed by everything that's happening in the middle and the top lane. They're just like sitting there gathering experience and probably drinking a coffee at the same time. Yeah, when we're looking at the mid lane and the top lane, that's a completely different picture though, because there is where the action's at right now. Mental acuity on level 4 makes it possible for Tazada to have a good feeling of what exactly happens in the mid lane or at the turn-in spot, so he is going to know when somebody is going to try and rotate over to take him down. It is Feral Heart over Shadow Wolf taken. Wow, again these stun comps and the disable comps. Puszek is always finding himself in the wall of zombies here. Greku everybody low, the entire Polish team. Not really struggling there, but low in hit points. Regeneration Master and Amplified Healing for Tyrael. On Anubarak we still have the periodically spawning beetles every 8 seconds with a legion of beetles there. And down to the bot lane, it looks like Tomze and GoTerra want to make a go for it anyways. 15 to 13 gems that they have there, and Tomze is going to soon move back. He's really, really low on mana here. Talking about mana, we still have enough of that left in the mid lane. Look at Puszek here, is waiting for an opportunity to maybe jump in, and yeah, nothing he can do there. Level 6 for the two of them. So we have, of course, the Death Ritual taken again on Nazebo. And up here at the top, it's just like it's really the battle of the gems. It's an important one right now. Oh, but an attempted kill against Jaina, and she goes down. The Ice Mage, the Ice Princess, is demolished. And, well, we have Juf on his Rhaegar, just like running in circles here and trying to dodge that wall of zombies, which he successfully did. The Owl moving down to the bot lane, but they are already applying quite a bit of pressure on that wall. I mean, look at the tower ammunition, it's nearly gone, so they could try and drop a tower if they wanted to. Mid lane is being pressured too. If they complete the turn in, then they can get their web weavers, and they are trying to do exactly that with the escape zoning for them. There comes the Owl, but already turned in. They only need 15 more, and they have them. Nice double stun thanks to the piercing bolt on level 7, and they're going once more for Tyrael. Hating Tyrael a lot right here. That righteous angel, apparently a bit too righteous for them. Just saying like, yeah, go down, my friend. So far we have actually Tomze and Escape at the bot lane, trying to turn the gems of Tomze in, and they should be able to get those. Yeah, there it is. We also have Static Charge taken. Web Weavers are already descending up at the top lane. The tower's got a bit of ammunition back, but actually not too much. Only just a fair bit. Mid lane, again, the pressure, that's where they are currently making their stand. But we have also Iberim and the rest of the Polish team pushing them back. It's a slight experience lead that we're currently seeing for Kappa, but it's not really something that they can capitalize on. We have Juf moving away on his wolf once again. And yeah, apparently, like, if you mispronounce his nickname a little bit, then he's the turtle, so that's what we're oftentimes also calling him, the turtle. But this day he's a bit too fast on his feet here with his Rhaegar. Moving away, they're already trying to help out, but the problem is they completely blocked him off, and now he had to go the long way, and that means that there's some extra time for Kappa to destroy these towers. So the wall is completely demolished. I don't think they're going to try and aim for the keep here. For now, they're just moving back. Good stun, double stun actually. At the top lane, the towers are still intact. The bot lane, this is where Tassadar is doing good work, but they haven't really dropped anything just yet. Terra needs to be super careful. He has 27 coins, or gems. If he drops, then they lose way too much. Bed of Barbs, by the way, has been used for GoTerra on level 7, so he didn't go into the Beetle talent, neither did he go into any kind of other talents that he had there. We have Reciprocate also taken, with the shield that explodes, so that's going to help them a bit in these fights, I suppose. But yeah, not going for the battle momentum here. Apparently not really focusing on the damage with his smite build, but more of the tankiness, which is actually like pretty nice. So yeah, very tanky Tyrael incoming. At the top lane, Holo is doing his thing, and there's Uberim turning in 21. Good job by him. Level 10, on the other hand, is going to be in the hands of Kappa in just a few seconds, and once they hit that, they can maybe drop at least another wall. Maybe they're even going to go so far as to try and drop their opponents. For the big issue is that the blue web weavers are now descending. And you know, with a level 10 on the side of Kappa, I don't really think that the web weavers are going to be able to do too much. Archon, Gary the Gargantuan, we have Divine Shield, Phoenix, and Avatar, and GoTerra is in trouble. Oh, and right into the wall. Very good. Well played by Saifu here. Getting the wall in. He knew exactly where Nubarak would surface again. So now they're just trying to defend the web weavers, but that was a very good start for Kappa into the game. They have now established a lead in this, or on this map. They have 4 kills against 1, but now also level 10 on the side of their opponents. And talking about them, we have at the top lane 4 heroes going straight for that fort. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to drop this, but the web weaver is still there, so they might have a chance. It's a lot of gems, by the way, that they're running right now. They are on 72 gems, and they really need to get rid of those. So they will try. 12 seconds until they can turn them in again. Level 13, of course, is still a long way away, so there's nothing that they can do with that. Judgment, and in this case, Web Blast has been taken. Water Elemental, Ancestral Healing for that burst heal. That's especially helpful once Muradin starts to lock something down. Juf is in position. and escape. Of course, everybody's trying to turn it right now. This is the team fight that they've been waiting for. And here comes another attempt to just use the Phoenix to maybe drop a Nubarak, but the Ancestral Healing saving him the last second. Juve with a good job there. Both of the healers went for their own cleanse on level 7. Cleanse, of course, in the last patch has been added to several new heroes. Literally one of the few heroes that doesn't have a cleanse on level 7. The only thing that she has is the herbal cleanse, which is not really the same talent, so quite different. 32 already turned in, and they're still trying to go for the battle here. Up at the top, Tyrael, he's trying to get away, but he's jumping in. He's using, actually, as an escape, his own heroic ability, the drop against Tassadar, and that was an important one. Web Blast already used, and the Polish team already gathering the momentum here, moving in to take down Azebo. Barely saved by the Divine Shield, but that means that none is available for the other two heroes, and just like that, Kelthas and Uther are dead now too. A lot of the gems were able to get them, but that's about it. And they move into the throw pit. Oh my god. These guys have some balls, half HP, and they go for the golem. They go for the boss. Nazebo is trying to turn in 37. They are going to get the web weavers. The boss up here is still doing some work. They know, of course, that they're in there, but they're just saying like, alright, doesn't matter, we're not going to go for boss. We're going to go for the web weavers. But they're trying to get a kill. Are they? Maybe. Jumping in. No, the escape is not going for it just yet. But a stun against Tassadar. The boss moves in. Really risky play here on the side of the Polish team. Well, not really risky, but it was a bit of a risk there. They were half HP when they were going for it, and of course there were still a few heroes down. But as I said, this early in the game, the death timers are pretty low. So just the Nazebo player decided to instead go for the turn and not try and contest this. But that can backfire. We've seen there's a reason why this thing is called the throw pit. As is, though, it worked out for them, but you could already tell that the boss didn't really do anything. So there was no pressure at the top lane with the heroes, since they had to defend the mid lane and the bot lane against the web weavers. We have at the top lane still the web weaver push ongoing, and the level 13 talent is hitting faster for Kappa, with Flame Strike taken once again, the talent here on 13, Flamethrower. We're having also Prescience on Tassadar going for the more sustainable build, going just like for the build that really allows him to stay alive in those fights a lot longer. And on the side of Muradin, Thunderstrike now taken. So yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I mean, so far we've seen kills for both of the teams, 4 kills against 4, both of them really putting in a lot of effort to establish a bit of a lead there, but it's not really easy, and this map has a lot of dynamic going for it. Once again, God, that was a really good one. Nice stun. Good stun by the escape, and then the Flame Strike just spot on, hitting both of them. A bit sad probably that he's not level 16 just yet. That would have been even more damage, but yeah, in this case there's nothing that they can do about this. Imposing Will has been taken, Burning Rage on Nubarak, and we're seeing healing talents for Tyrande and Rhaegar. They are moving in once again into the mid lane. Both of the teams trying to turn in, and especially Puszek team has a lot of gems there. They just turned in 29, and they still have 61 available. If they can turn those in, they will get the web weavers one more. And the only thing that Tassadar is just like doing right now is spamming out storms. Holo is going for a Phoenix spam here. Nubarak, the Beetle, is down at the bot lane trying to do the same thing. And once more, we have Tyrael trying to accomplish the same goal. It's just like denying gem turn-ins. That's all that the teams are aiming for right now. Denying gem turn-ins, get an easy kill somewhere, apply a bit of free damage whenever you can. Go Terra trying to do that, but the fight is already starting in the mid lane, and he might have to come over there. It's really intense situation for both of the teams right now, especially for Puszek. If they lose those gems, that would be a nightmare to them. But over here, they're starting to move in. Once again, the escape jumps back. The attempt to take down Tassadar, denied already. The dimensional shift is there. And with a 40-second cooldown, that Phoenix can just be spammed out every single time. That's exactly what they do. Chubek is being isolated, or like shielded, and there are the web weavers. They turn them in, and they are also trying to get another kill against the escape. The Web Blast is being used. Now they need to be careful. Web Blast is there. Tassadar's moving in. Everybody here trying to keep Uther alive, and he already has his Divine Shield up. But the jump and the Water Elemental, wow. Uther is still alive, but he gets stunned out. What? No! Oh my god, like he barely survives. Chubik nearly dying on his Tyrael, but gets healed by Ancestral Healing there. Tassadar, Juve the Turtle, making it happen. Really, really well played by both of the teams right now, but just so close. Uther going down, and of course this is the worst time for him to be dying. It was a risk that the Polish team ran there. They went in for the attack, but this just shows once again how strong these guys are. They knew exactly if they get a kill in this situation, they have a strong push going on, and without the healer, there is nothing to keep Kalthas alive. They might even get Tyria, Tassadar. Where's the owl? Get out, bro! No owl available just now. So they get another kill, and they still stay in a 4 versus 5 situation against the opponents. At the bot lane, we are also seeing quite a bit of pressure against, we saw against Muradin. Oh, Muradin is still there. Look at that. Back there in the web blast. Okay, and that means Fort. 2 forts down, and the mid fort on half HP. Puszek team has the lead in experience. They played a great tournament the last time when they participated here in the End of the Storm qualifier. They did really well, but right now they are in the final. That's something that they didn't accomplish in the first qualifier. Oh wow, look at that. We actually have Epicenter taken for Nubarak. Really wants to go for that stun in the team fights. We're having also True Shot Aura now. Again, Northern Exposure here for extra damage. They really try to apply that now. And we're seeing Blood for Blood next to the Tidal Waves, which is of course the main talent for Rhaegar to now get his heals in, always making sure that he gets those in the middle of the team fight, and that's what they're going to be aiming for. Especially great when you're up against the Phoenix or Kalthas in general, and the keep or the fort is down once more. They have that slight lead in experience, and also of course they're for the talent lead, and they're trying to utilize that again. Can they turn in? They have the gems. They have everything that they need to turn in right now, and they're trying to do it down in the bot lane. The last turn in from Terror, and they get it. Okay, without the 16 talent, Kappa didn't want to fight. They didn't want to fight. They just stood there and were saying like, alright, we have to wait for the 20. And they have actually a lot of gems themselves. 75 right now. 75 gems. So, of course, the one thing that Puszek is aiming for right now is a keep. They're trying to drop a keep now, and they have this lane already fully pushed in, and they're moving straight for it. But we have now Ignite. We have Ignite on the side of Kalthas, and we're seeing Benediction, Dimensional Warp, the Leaping Spiders, or the and also Stone Form. Strong talents. Very, very strong talents. Problem is the Phoenix is actually gone by the time the Web Weavers arrive. Of course, 40-second cooldown is going to be back in just like 27 additional ones, but that might be enough to drop the keep here. And here comes the Web Weaver. Most useless Web Weaver wave ever. I mean, like, yeah, taking that down. Alright, like, you're going to get a cookie for this one, dear Web Weaver. They wanted you to attack the keep, and that didn't really happen. But the Web Weaver is nearly defeated. They really blow that thing to pieces. Starfall already there, and again the attempted dodge against the Ignite Flame Strike. Yeah, well, but they can't really do too much there. Gary! Gary, good old Gary is already in the Gargantuan, trying to push them back, at least for now. They have, of course, to rotate over to save the mid lane. And then talking about, like, pushes, the bot lane is being attacked now as well. But it is the keep at the top that should really concern them the most, because that's where all the heroes are. And they are going to lose it. Kappa is going to lose this keep, and there's a solid level lead now on the side of Puszek. The Polish team has nearly taken the entire wall in the mid lane now too, and at the bot lane the Web Weaver has done a lot of work. The entire lane is pushed in, even pressure against the keep itself already. Very well played here. And yeah, over there we have Ibrahim, we have Chubek, Juf, Greku, and Go Terror moving back now once again. And I mean, for now they are in a really good spot. They are in a very good spot. They just need to keep the experience lead, and they need to try to deny turn-ins to their opponents. Uh-oh. But an early kill against Gotera might be exactly what Kappa needs now. Kappa, of course, for them, it's all about the turn-ins. They need to get rid of these gems. Not only because they want to have the Web Weavers, but also because they don't want to lose these. And there's always the risk that you run with a hero into a bad situation, and suddenly you drop all your gems, you die, and yeah. Over here, zoning. The zoning is real right now. Storms everywhere, flame strikes, and that is definitely a problem in the long run for Puszek with all that poke that we have, but they are dealing really well with this, and they're jumping in once again, trying to go for Kalthas. Cleanse already activated, Will Blast is in play, and we're seeing at the same time Gary once again doing his work while the Divine Shield is on Muradin, and they go straight for Tassadar down to the bot lane, but an Ancestral leading, keeping Nubarak alive as he is about to drop. Oh, Puszek team with the momentum here, they're moving in once again, stuns everywhere. Good stun here on the side of this cape, or at least attempted, but we have once more Tyrael with a kill against Uther. They're going up to the top top to kill Sypho. Kreku keeps himself alive with a quick ice block. Juve moving out of the range of the flame strike. They get that kill in. There's not really a lot of gems that they were able to secure with this though. So there's still the situation that we have. Yeah, we actually see still Kappa trying to turn in, and everybody on the side of Puszek is extremely low. So Kappa isn't even afraid to go for a turn in, even though there are only 4 heroes, and they should be able to get this one. Sypho is in there, they get it, so they lose a hero, but they're able to get the turn, and that's all that they wanted here. I don't think that they're worried too much about losing a hero in this situation. They need to drop a couple of structures. There's not a single fort that has been taken out, and that's the main reason why we're currently seeing the Polish team 1.5 levels ahead. They need to go right now. They need to go in, drop one of the forts. They need to drop more than one. One is not going to be enough. They need to drop a lot more than that. Push these lanes back, get experience, try to just close this experience gap and make sure that they are on eye level with their opponents once again. And so far it doesn't really look like this is going to be a cakewalk. Not at all. I mean, right now it's Puszek and Juve are in the mid lane trying to defend down to the, well, actually down to the bot lane. The Web Weaver was already defended against. Level 20 is still quite a few experience points off, so there's no risk really for Kappa to run into a 20 versus 16 talent situation. But the mid lane is being attacked, the Web Weavers are doing work. Up at the top lane, they're probably also going to be able to drop another fort. 2 forts would go a long way here. They would not really help them to be on the same level as their opponent, but still, that would definitely be a step into the right direction. So, top fort is gone. This one in the middle is also completely taken out. We're having, again, the Web Weavers at the top, but there's also the Blizzard of Jaina, so a bit of a rotation. The wall is gone, and yes, level 20 around the corner now. Of course, this one has been defended against, and up here up at the top, we're seeing a similar situation right now. It's currently a wraparound by Kappa. They're going for the bot lane. They're trying to go for the bot lane keep. They have to risk something, and I'm pushing this right in. And this is going to be level 19 for them at least, but level 20 is about to hit for their opponent. And that is actually a scenario where they're just saying like, alright, boss it is. They go into the throw pit, they have the level 20 talent right now, and apparently that gives them enough confidence to go for this battle. But we all know that the throw pit is a bit special, and they're moving in. Throw pit against the Kelthers, that's a ballsy move. And that Kelthus is already starting to poke, but they are trying to engage into the battle, and that is actually something that they can do with Epicenter on GoTerror. If he gets the cooldown ready, he should be able to just like stun 1 or 2 of them. But it's again Flame Strike after Flame Strike, and you run into way too much poke here. The only thing that Kappa has to do is keep them away from the throw pit. The throw pit is something where you really, they don't want them to take the boss. They would really love them to move in and of course like fight against all those AoE spells, but yeah. The turn-in, that's a different matter. They won't be able to get a completed one, but still. It's actually like, in this case, still Kappa that has way more gems. They're currently looking at 57 gems, and they're moving over from one camp to the next one, trying to just like make sure that they have something pushing these lanes. And that is an opportunity that Puszek takes again to go for the boss. They move into the throw pit, and Kelthus is a long way off here. The escape sees what's going on, starts to poke a little bit, moves in, is on avatar form already, but, well, are they gonna fight here? 20 is just around the corner for Kappa. They need their 20. They're waiting for the 20 right now, but still the aggro is being kept. Nope, the boss was leashed and is back to full HP. So right now, stun attempt. Where's that Tacita? Needs to go again for his Oracle. Over here, they're starting to move in. The 20 talent, it's not there yet. Cleanse already used. There's the Web Blast. They have to fight. They got isolated. Gary is already in play. They're moving straight in for it. There's also straight the Starfall from Tyrande trying to use that too. And Tacita is shielding whatever he can. Gary is still trying to dish out the damage. And actually, Tyrande is extremely low. All of these Flame Strike doing so much damage, but the Tidal Wave on Rhaegar helping with the healing numbers. Putting the heal out one at a time. They have the level 20 right now with Redemption, a double ball of the Storm, Storm Shield, and also Muradin with more and more damage and stuns thanks to Rewind. Looking at the numbers per se, I mean, just look at the damage that we're currently seeing on the side of Rhaegar. 80,000 heals, so heals of course, not damage. Like, he's really getting the damage, the heal numbers out now just because of that tidal wave and all these team fights that we're currently seeing. As a comparison, Uther is at 41,000. That's one of the big problems that you have with Uther. You have a great Divine Shield, it's amazing, but the raw healing numbers, especially in the late game, are just shit. So Puszek is again there trying to deny the turn-in, escape already aborting it himself. Level 20 versus level 20, and back at home, Jaina actually had to defend since the keep was under pressure. Kappa is not out of this just yet. Kappa is still in this, and they are fighting. They are fighting hard for this. They're trying to get that. The damage numbers here. Hero damage, 94,000 on Azebo, 88,000 on Kelthas, and they're just pushing these numbers. Once more, the Phoenix. In this case, he's not doing anything. That was not really the best Phoenix that we see from Khaldor here today. Moving in and getting the kill against Rhaegar. That's a lot of gems that he just dropped now too, and they will be able to turn in again. Good job on the side of Kappa. They take down Juf, and now they are going for boss. No, they're not. Blizzard changed something earlier when the game map was introduced to the player pool. The one thing that you could do was actually there was a bit of a delay between you getting the web weavers, you turning in your gems, and the camps on the map disappearing, and that is gone now, and that's why they couldn't go for the boss in this case, because the boss was already gone by the time that they were trying to move in up to the top here. So, in this case, once again, the attempted damage against the wall, taking that down easy peasy. The web weavers are going to push back the rest of the lanes here, but this top lane is already gone. 100,000 damage against heroes by now on the side of Nasebo. So he got that in. But this is going to be a potential keep that's going to fall here. I really like that Starfall here. Great place. Slows not only the onslaught down, but also makes sure that the web weaver is going to take a lot of damage here. And they defend the keep. They defend the keep for now. It's 5 kills against 7, still in favor of the Polish team. Puszek has been able to do that. Chubek is playing with his opponents here, moving very close into that Stormbolt range. Jaina already isolating herself from the rest of the team to move down to the bot lane and go for another defense against the web weaver set. The mid lane is still being pushed though, and that is another problem because here there's not even a wall there anymore. But up over there, are they really gonna try and follow out there? Jaina isn't there. Jaina's in the mid lane. They can't really fight this, and they don't want to. Jaina is making sure that the web weaver goes down, and that means, well, hit points lost on most of the keep so far. The bot keep actually is the one that hasn't really seen too much damage just yet, but they're going straight in once more. They're trying to turn in at least a few gems that they have. I suppose they could go for the camps here in this case right now. Once again, quick look at the talents if you haven't seen them so far. But there it is. Camps, this is of course the big thing right now. And I guess that at this point Kappa already expects them, their opponents to go for the bruiser camp, so what they do is just simply go down here, take the siege giant camp. They can still go for the bruisers if they want to. Looking at the damage here again, I mean, Kelthas also hit the 100,000 hero damage mark, but it's still Nasebo who's taking the prize here. If you look at the opponent's team, it's very, very different. Like, there's not really that much damage. The thing is, they play this game a bit different. There's a lot of AoE that we're seeing for the Team Kappa. A lot of AoE damage that they have there. Whereas the damage that we're seeing for the opponent is more targeted. So it's more that sniper comp against single targets, and, well, for Kappa it's more just trying to force team fights in very narrow areas where they can get the most out of their AoE spells. And that of course also explains the difference in hero damage that we're seeing here right now. Keep also that heal in mind. That's one of the main reasons why we see Rhaegar in this case now, because Rhaegar is just like absolutely phenomenal when it comes down to the healing power thanks to the tidal wave and the rest of his talents there. So he can, in those team fights with a reduced cooldown, spam one chain heal after another. Over here on the other hand now though, we are having Rhaegar, by the way, has nearly 100,000 heal right now. Over here, we're still seeing the web weavers that were just summoned by the blue team moving in, and, well, that could be a kill against keep number 2. If they get a hero kill here, it could even be game, and they're currently waiting for that. I have no idea why the web weaver is suddenly attacking that wall up there, but that's definitely not in the interest of Puszek team. They want that keep to be gone, but the web weaver is not interested into that keep at all, and is now dead as well. Once more, the pokes with a flame strike. Holo is staying as far in the back as he possibly can, whereas Tomze is trying the damage. Cleanse against Kelthas. Better safe than sorry. That's what Uther was thinking there. And the keep is gone. Are they going to try and chase here right now? The entire Polish lineup is moving back now. They're not trying to battle here. They already accomplished what they were here for. They took down keep number 2. We have the bot lane still pushing. So this is the only lane where Kappa does not have, lost their keep. So there's not catapults against them. We see at this point, 27 minutes into the game, we're seeing, of course, like turn-ins once more, left and right. 36 only available gems on the side of Kappa. we have Puszek in a very good position here. They are on 42 gems, and they are still trying to, well, are they trying to move back and get a couple of gems and turn them in and then finish the game? Or are they really trying to take a fight here? So far it looks like they are more in a passive position here, and why not? They know that they are already in the lead. So why not try to play this a bit more passive, try to deny the turns to their opponents, and maybe fight a fight if they can isolate a target with a good Ranger's Mark or Hunter's Mark on Tyrande and take that down early on in the fight. They're moving to the bot lane again, the only lane that they really have to push. So we're seeing over here Tomzy and Conti in their positions. Everybody is rotating over there, and this bot lane is of course the center of attention right now, especially for Puszek team. Tomzy. Alright, nothing to be done there. Got trapped by the wall of zombies, but a stun attempt by the escape doesn't hit anything though. But here comes Conti, is trying to go in for this one. Already the shrink ray being used, and that was an attempt in vain. They couldn't get the lockdown, and now we can move back again. Turn-ins, 10 more gems that we're seeing for Puszek now. We have 44 for their opponents. Both of the teams are still shy a few gems, but it is still the Polish team that is turning them in one after another, and they're trying to get a kill against Muradin, but the last second stun attempt by Tyrande misses. Terror is moving away here. He already got isolated. They want to make sure that nobody's dying here. Terror needs to go the long way. Got isolated from the rest of the team. They're jumping in, and they take down Tazada with a great initiation thanks to Tyrael. They get the kill against Tazada here, turning it into 4 versus 5. If they kill the escape as well, this might be lights out, and they're jumping in already. Here's an attempt with the Divine Shield to save Muradin. Already Web Blast being used, and they're just turning around right now. I think it's Nazeebo. He uses Sprint and gets away. Jaina as a counter kill. Can they drop Kel'Thas? No, they cannot, and Shrink Ray was ready now again too. Wow, Kel'Thas surviving. We just need some... Okay, there's the heal. Kel'Thas survived. Uberim pauses the game. Dude, what are you doing? Why? Why? Says unplayable. Tyrande is still alive, but yeah, Jaina is dead, and uh-oh. So apparently something is the issue here. But at the same time, we're already seeing a huge wave. How many catapults is that? That's 3 catapults already. Is that 3? That's 4 catapults. That looks like 2 catapults that overlap. That's a lot of that's a lot of catapults. That's a lot of damage, potential damage against this one. So apparently the Polish are having some connection problems here. We have in terms of hero damage, by the way, now on the side of 132,000 for Kel'Thas, 129,000 for Nazeebo. So finally the Blood Mage taking the lead here. Looking at the siege damage on the other hand, this is where really Kel'Thas is shining with 230,000 now. And apparently they are ready to go once again. So let's jump into this once that we are seeing Kappa already. And it looks like they are. But still, this is a pretty dire situation right now. Both teams lost a hero, and well, apparently he has a couple of ping spikes here, Puszek, that is. 500 ping is actually quite annoying, so Uberim seems to be lagging as well. It's a really bad situation for something like this. 8 kills against 6, and both of the teams... we still have a lead for Puszek, but they are down they're down 1 hero for 20 seconds more than their opponents. We have Tazada and Jaina now dead, and Jaina is actually the only range damage that we are really seeing on the side of the team. Tyrande did not go into the Owl build for the extra damage, so this could get ugly. If you look at the roll, by the way, damage soaked by Tyrael is at 146,000. Let me double check still the stacks on the Regeneration Master. 45 stacks over here on the side of Tyrael, 67 hit points per second, and Nubarak at the exact same amount, so it's also at 60.67 seconds here. When we look at the Nazeebo player, 301 for the Death Ritual. That's a health bonus of 1,500 and a mana bonus of 933 that we're seeing there. And Muradin is currently stacking... Oh my... What? 330 extra damage on his Stormbolt? Oh my god, like the escape was hitting them over and over again apparently. 330 damage, guys. This is insane. This is insane extra damage on, like, look at this talent. 400% damage to minion structures and mercenaries. He can, at this point, one-shot a tower, basically. That is insane damage that he has. That is absolutely crazy. 330. Wow. 30 minutes into the game, and Muradin is gonna hit structures like a truck, and that is another big problem for Puszek. They are currently still ahead in the game thanks to the 2 keeps that they killed. But just think what happens here once that they lose a team fight and are 2 or 3 heroes down. They can just move in, and Muradin, he has currently rewind, hammers those storm bolts in 1, 2, 3. He just lets those things flying, and they can drop structures like candy. And they would also be able to just immediately take down the core. That is incredible. That is actually quite something here. Very, very strong in this case. So super tricky. Uberim is trying to reconnect right now, and we're having down here at the bot lane. This is the only lane that is still intact on the side of on the side of Kappa. But as you can see here, we have a big wave, so that should push this back. They should be in an okay position at least for this point right now. Over there, the keep at the top lane. Well, it's more of a problem to keep in the mid lane, I would say. But like one Stormbolt alone could actually like take that nearly down. Not quite, but yeah, you can kind of imagine how much damage that thing does by now. So looking at the damage taken also on the side here of, once again, Muradin, 109,000. When we're looking at siege damage, by the way, it's still Khaldor with 231 that takes the pole, but we have Jaina also on 195 right now. I still can't get over those 330 for this game. That's really hammer time what we're seeing there. He's really going to put in the pressure. By the way, looking at the death counter, we have Nazebo not dying once in the game. The hero that gets his escape very late did not die a single time. So Nazebo so far with an incredible job here. We're also seeing Muradin without a single death. If you look on the other side, like especially like Uther is currently the punching back of the team. He's the one who's currently being attacked over and over again during those fights. Especially Tyrael apparently has a bit of has fond memories of time that he spent with Uther in the past. Maybe these guys were drinking a beer, and Tyrael likes him a lot because every single fight we see Tyrael jumping Uther if he gets the chance. Over here now to the right side, this is still where the push is moving in, and this is of course also one of the reasons why I think. Yeah, well, I think Kappa can actually not tear, like, they need to send someone back, or they just need to wait for Tacita. But if they wait for Tacita, they risk that there is going to be some damage there. There should be another wave spawning really soon, and the core, of course, is going to take a few of these things down. But with this many catapults moving in, and there's still a couple of those spiders in the back, the wave should be destroyed, and they cannot waste too much time with a fight. If they start to chase, they have to go in right now. And I mean, the Escape has now the opportunity. You can already see that he is like in process of going straight for a potential stun. He could try and stun here. We have currently Uther stunned out in this case, and if you just look at what's going on right now, we're having him in a situation where he can just simply try and get a double stun maybe off against Terror. There's always Chubik though, but he's very, very low in mana, so you can't really do too much about it. Juve on his Rhaegar over here can get the heal in. It's all about Holo, who's also low in mana, to get his damage in as well. So right now it looks like we can go and restart the game here. But, yep, there we go. We have both of the players ready. Are we going to see another kill? The Escape, if he has Rewind, they could go into a lot of damage there. And there they go. The teams are ready. Is it going to be another kill? Can they move in with the Escape to drop one of the keeps? Or do they have to move back to defend their own core? Juve is ready. Uberim is ready too. But apparently we're waiting still for Kappa here. And yes, they are ready. So let's go, guys, and see what's going to happen in this fight right now. 3, 2, 1. And let's start this party with the Escape moving in. The stun is already there. They're trying to blow Uberuk away, but he turns around with a good stun against Khaldor. They just turn it around. They just turn it around and drop Khaldor's and Conti. Oh my god, that did completely go differently like Kappa thought they would be. Oh my, that could be game. That could be game. No redemption. No redemption is still going to be in play. Alright, so at least Uther is back for now, but wow. They just turned around and smacked them in the face, and that was something. So they're trying to take the wave down here. We have Tacita back, but Khaldor is still down. And that, of course, is the issue. So they couldn't really do too much with this after all, but they get more gems and they have a turn-in. They have a turn-in ready, and Kappa, they know it. That was an important kill. That was a really important kill. They're trying to go for Conti. The Escape, he stuns out one. One turn-in is there. The kill against Rhaegar. No heals. No heals anymore, and Shrink Grip being used already against Uberim. Tyrannus, the only one that can still heal at least a bit. They use their blast to isolate them and rush back. Kreko is finally with the team again. Wow, this game is really something. And keep in mind that Muradin is still stacking his damage here. So just looking at the damage numbers that we're seeing by now, we are at 138 with Nazebo. He's having his small little private battle with Khaldor, who's getting the most damage here. And like when it comes to deaths, then he definitely won the game already. I mean, like, I don't think that he's gonna die often enough for Khaldor to tell him later how much he was feeding here. The turn-in is completed. The web weavers, the blue ones, are there once again. Oh, blink forward plus gravity lapse. They're trying to go for a kill. They need a win. They need something here, and they're trying to make it happen right now. It's a 5 versus 4 situation, and they're already going in. The water elemental is down, but at the same time, again, damage applied to Go Terror. They're trying to jump in once more with maybe even Tyrael. Does he have an opportunity? He does not. He's also very low in mana, and now the only thing that Kappa can do is just like rotate over and try and take these web weavers down as fast as they possibly can. Up at the top, you can already see that this is going to be a brutal one. The web weaver is there. It is spider time. They're trying to go for it. Here's the deep push with the bot lane. This is the only keep that they still have. Web Weaver is down, alright, so they defended 2. They have to defend the one at the bot lane, and this is going to be the important one. There it is, starting to push in already, going straight for the Web Weaver wave. We're having Uberim looking if he has a chance to maybe jump on Khaldor. Good Phoenix, and they defended. Kappa defended. 32 minutes into the game. Owl is being dropped once again, and this game is getting slowly but steadily, it's getting insane. 200,000 damage against Siege already on the side of Jaina by now. We're having 150,000 damage for Nazebo. Like, Nazebo and Khaldor together have nearly 300,000 damage right now. They could try and go for the boss, actually. I think with Rewind and with 2 Stormbolts, maybe even 3, just waiting for the cooldown once. I think Meridian can do so much damage by now against the boss that he might be able to make this work. Nice move there by Chubek. In the last second, he actually just used it to stun out or interrupt Meridian, but nobody wants to go into the throw pit. No way. Alright, he was just faking it. I was thinking for a second, there is no way he actually moves into this. They are trying to go for that. Admiral Akbar is already making his speech. It's a trap! And they know. But Meridian is being attacked. Phoenix zoning again. They jump straight in, and the web blast at the same time. Now also on the same target. They're trying to blow him away, but a good blink of the Bolt of the Storm is getting into safety, at least for now. The flame strikes everywhere. Holo is so low, and he's stunned again. Once, twice, and down he goes. Khaldor is gone, but so is an Uberak. He got an Uber wrecked. And now it is Puszek team on the run once more. And escape. Is he gonna hammer somebody again? It is hammer time. No, he has to jump away. And no Stormbolt just yet. Doesn't have the cooldown ready apparently. But we have there an attempted kill. The escape is just on the run. The escape is on the run. He is so low in HP at this point. And it is Puszek team pushing in down to the bot lane. The keep! The keep! And they're just... No! The shield is... Oh my god, they're going for it. They're taking the keep down, but they might lose. No, they're not losing. They're not losing Tyrael. They're not losing Tyrael. What about Conti? He gets away too. All the keeps are down. All your bases belong to us. Puszek team with 11 kills against 8, and they were able to drop every single keep. This tower is the only structure that is still there, and this is really getting nuts right now. I mean, right now we have once again up the attack all the way up here at the top. They're trying to go for a quick kill. They're trying to go for a mercenary camp that they can push in. We have over here to the right side the same picture. Both of the teams are trying to get a bit of control in these battles. Once again, 163,000 and 155,000 damage on the heroes. Damage taken, by the way, 180,000. Rhaegar with 130,000 heals. 130,000 heals. Wow. And look at this damage on the Stormbolt. That was 2,600 damage, if I'm not mistaken, against one of these. It's incredible how much damage Meridian right now does against minions and mercenaries with a single Stormbolt. It's absolutely insane. He's just dishing those out. He does 650 damage with the Stormbolt against heroes. 650 damage. So yes... 660 by now. Every single Stormbolt is another damage point, another 5 damage point that he takes right now. It is insane how much damage he dishes out with those, especially against structures. He is a monster. He is an absolute monster, but they lost every single keep. Puszek team is so damn good right now. 35 minutes into the game, one of the longest competitive that I've ever seen, and the kill against Jaina could be the beginning of the end. Is Kappa moving in for the kill? They're trying. They have a turn-in available. They have a potential turn-in, but they don't give a shit. They just say like, well, kill these heroes, and as I say, they move back. Somebody in that voice call is just being like, better safe than sorry, boys. Go back, go back, go back. I would be yelling so much right now if I was in there. 40 gems turn in. They get the kill. They get the stun. They don't get a kill, but they get a stun. They could get another one there. Once again, he jumps, but he gets stunned out. Uberim, he dodges the jukes. The flame strike. Oh, Shoof with a heal in the last second. How on God's earth are they able to keep these heroes alive? How are they able to do that? Again, the turnaround attempt, 5 versus 4. Oh my God, Kappa, they have to move back. They keep, the core is attacked. So many catapults, that's 7 catapults. They just lost 50% on the core. I cannot believe this is happening. What game is this? Oh wow, 24 versus 24. 37 minutes into the game. And I cannot believe they kept Tyrande and everybody else alive in this. Only Jaina dying. Nobody else. I cannot believe that just happened. But these waves that are pushing in over and over again, they're just too much. The Scape checks if somebody is taking the boss. Is he gonna go for it? No, they can't. They have to do something, but I don't know what. Every single time Puszek team is dragging the game out even more. They are getting damage on the core because of all these waves moving in. They need to win a fight, and they need to win it big, and they need to win it now. Again, GoTerra is moving in. There's the Web Blast already. There, well, Web Blast didn't actually do anything here, so that might be a bit of an issue. Here comes the Escape again. Doesn't get the damage in. There was a creep wave. Couldn't get anything done here, and another quick Phoenix. Bot lane is going to be pushing very, very soon. Right over here. The Polish team is trying to make their stand. They're going for the throw pit. They're going for the throw pit. The Polish team is moving into the throw pit. They're trying to burst the boss down. And here's already a few of the heroes that are starting to make their way over there. And immediately they move back. Oh, wow. They move back immediately. The boss is already leashed, and over here, are we going to see another initiation? Doesn't really look like it. They get the turn in though. The red web weavers are descending. The red ones, guys. The red ones. If it would be the blue ones, I think this game was over. I think if the blue team gets another web weaver release, if Puszek team gets another objective, then it is I don't think there's any way to defend against this. The web weavers are going to give them a bit of relief. They're going to buy some time, and that's all that they have. Time that they bought, and that's this time that they can finally use to maybe drop a keep and get at least one wave. At least relax a little bit. This game is missing a Stormbolt, but he has hit so many in this game. He has hit an absolute incredible amount. By now, Sypho, let's have a quick look also at his hit points. He's at 6,400 hit points, 430 stacks on Nazebo, and Muradin is by now at 415 extra damage. 415! He's starting to move in here, and that keep is nearly gone. They're going for the fight Escape. Oh, Muradin! Can he Stormbolt that thing? One Stormbolt, all that he needs for now, but he has to wait until he can Stormbolt the heroes again. They're trying to get the stun against the Nubarak, and Nubarak is about to die. No ancestral healing, just barely. The Web Blast is there, and everybody is starting to get lower and lower and lower. So much damage, and finally, one keep is down. They were able to drop one keep. Can Kappa somehow turn this around? Chubek! The Phoenix! And he jumps away. He jumps away in the last second. Tyrael was about at 2,800 damage with one Stormbolt. 2,800. They go for it. They try to end it. They know it's their only chance. It's a Hail Mary, but they're trying to go for it. 80% on the core. Sypho is moving around it, but he dies to 60%. They have nobody alive anymore. It's only Tomze. 40%, 46, and they cannot make it happen. Conti comes back. He's trying what he can. 42%, that's all that they were able to get, and they know this is over. They knew that this Web Weaver wave was their only chance to make an impact here. This has to be game. Puszek is moving across the map right now. Kreko is running on his spider. Jaina is on the way, and everybody else is following. Another 30 seconds. Jaina is there. There's a really big moth on my monitor right now, and they're going for the kill. They're trying to get their kill. I'm also trying to get a kill against the moth, by the way. Just saying, but this is going to be game number 1. game number 1 ends in favor of Puszek team. 40 minutes into the game. What a match! What a match! GG and well played, and Khaldor won the hero damage battle here as well.
Holy cow, one of the longest games that I have seen in competitive games ever. 40 minutes on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and oh boy did these heroes do damage at the end. I mean, what was it on the Nazebo and on Khaldor? 280,000 damage against heroes, 300,000 siege damage on Khaldor alone, something along those lines. Absolutely insane. And Muradin himself nearly doing 3,000 damage with a single Stormbolt against structures. They were trying to go for the Hail Mary move at the end. They knew that with all of their keeps lost for ages, they couldn't survive another Weaver wave, so they were just saying, guys, we have to finish it now or never. They went for it, they got defeated, but what a game. The first match here, definitely a highlight. I mean, that was pretty damn cool. And the teams just dancing around each other the entire time, trying to find an opportunity to snipe a hero and then carry the momentum from there. But Puszek team with a very solid performance. They take the lead in the best of 3 series. It was extremely well played by them here. So congratulations to Puszek team. But it's only the first map. So we're going into map number 2 now, and that is on Dragonshire. And we have again pretty cool lineups. And the most important thing is we have an Abathur. The Space Slug is back. It's being picked a lot these days actually, and it's always fun to see Abathur in one of those games. So here in Dragonshire, the map pick by the way of Kappa. It's one of the best maps. This is where Kappa is going to try and make their stand to tie the series up and force in a third map of their opponents. And Puszek team decided to go into an Abathur to help them out with. If that's going to work out for them, if the Abathur support is going to be exactly what they need here, is what we're going to find out right now. Will the Polish setup be able to take a 2-0 in this best of 3 final here at the end of the Storm 3 qualifier, or is it going to be Kappa taking Dragonshire and forcing map number 3?
The Space Slug is back. We have Dragonshire, map number 2 in the final here, the best of 3 at the Enter the Storm qualifier number 2. Kappa versus Puszek, and Puszek is in the lead. And to the left side of the map, we're having Kappa team with Holo playing Jaina, Cypher and Zagara, Tomza and Tyrande, Descape playing Arthurs, and Conti playing Rega. To the right side of the map, it is Puszek on Tyrael, Uberim on Abathur. And yeah, Abathur is back in the game, so we're gonna see the Space Slug once again doing this thing. Juf, of course, on Malfurion, the turtle. And we're seeing GoTerra on Muradin with Kreku on Khaldor. Khaldor in the last game, I mean, that was absolute insanity. Nearly 300,000 damage against heroes. That was just crazy. A 40-minute game. And oh, interestingly enough, we have Colossal Totem taken on the side of Rega this time. So we're most likely not going to see Shadow Wolf, but it's probably going to be Feral Heart again. It was already the same talent taken in the last game, but that was, of course, when Puszek team was playing Rega. Right now we have a bit of a different setup, and it's not a push build that we're seeing for Abathur. They need the damage, of course. Oftentimes you see Abathur these days still going for the Locust talents, depending on what kind of map and what kind of composition you play, but right now they are running this with a double tank, and they're also trying to get some more damage into the game as well during those fights, so Abathur has to go for the support build. Nice lockdown attempt against Muradin, but GoTerra was ready with this one. GoTerra is, by the way, a former StarCraft 2 player, and if I'm not mistaken, he also played Warcraft 3, so an old school guy that we have here. Up at the top, we're seeing Cypher going up against Puszek. So far, Abathur with a couple of mines here. It's really just the rotation of 4 heroes from Kappa that is trying to intimidate their opponents a little bit and also try, of course, to dominate the bottom part of the map. Up at the top lane, that's a pretty cool push that we're actually seeing there. We have Puszek together with... that was an interesting jump away. Wants to go for that shrine and did. So it's a shrine for a shrine. Actually, it's a double shrine. Down at the bot lane, we have Juf now with a shrine taken 2, which means the mid lane has to be defended, and that's exactly where we're currently seeing Tomze with another owl that he sends south. So once more, Conti right over there. They're going to try and take this now with Muradin not being able to do anything against Tomze just yet. Tomze, by the way, on Tyrande, as we've been talking about the hero a bit, has not gone for that owl build that is starting to become popular again. Oh, actually eating quite a bit of damage there. Top lane, Zagara is getting kind of out-pushed here, and Cypher's probably just like, Zagara is wondering, what the hell, I'm supposed to be the one that pushes, but Abathur is helping out, and a lot of that. Terror getting away once more, but we have another shrine taken. So there's quite a bit of pressure on Kappa. These rotations that they have are putting them into a decent spot when it comes to attempted hero snipes. But, uh-oh, that could be the Dragon Knight. No! Stunned out, but it's still going to be the Dragon Knight. Just walk over, take it! What is he doing? Oh, I think he could have done that before they came over to... Oh, damn. I actually think he could have taken that. I really think that this rotation would have been too slow. Alright, maybe I'm wrong. So we have... I really feel that he could have had enough time to just get that rotation, like, get the Dragon Knight before the rotation hits him. I guess it's a bit of a risk, and if he dies, then they are in trouble. So yeah, I might also be wrong here. So this was definitely a very close situation on the side of the Kappa team, who, by the way, go for Searing Arrows on level 4 for Tyrande, so it's a different build that we're seeing there. It's one of those builds where you try to get also a bit of damage out there with your right clicks, with the auto attacks. Once again, we're seeing the bottom shrine taken, and the mid lane has been pressured, but it's a potential Dragon Knight again. Problem is that the tower is down and the wall is nearly destroyed as well. We're seeing, of course, Tyrael going into Regeneration Master plus Amplified Healing. And in this case now, it is actually going to be a Reverberation build on Muradin. A lot of players are starting to go back into the Stormbolt build, which was really popular like some time ago, and then Reverberation just took over completely because nearly every single game you saw Illidan and or Zeratul. But right now it's a bit of a shift back from the Thunderclap build and going back into Stormbolt, which is just absolutely insane in the late game against structures. That's something that the teams are currently trying. So far we don't have a single kill in the game, by the way, but we have a lot of pressure against the wall right over here, and these rotations are starting to do some work. It's again a shrine taken at the bot lane. That's of course the downside if you just rotate the entire time like they are currently doing here. So that's one of the things that you just simply have to deal with. But at the same time, they don't really seem to feel the pressure here. We have again a Hydra up at the top, and the Vareem is helping out wherever he can with the Abathur, of course with the mines now as well. Went for level 4 with Adrenal Overlord, so it's Pressurized, Glance, Adrenal Overlord, full support build here. And Needle Spine taken now on 7, with interestingly enough on the side of Arthur's, Frost Strike. So it's an additional slow that you add there. And that is a talent that I didn't really expect. Like Rune Tap with the self-sustain is what we mostly see on Arthur's, but these days it's quite often that you see a bit of a change. Malfurion actually got hit by the rotation down at the bot lane here. This time he went down, so they killed the old geezer. And now we have the Scape and Conti, well, rather low, but Kreku couldn't really capitalize on that, so he couldn't get the kill in here. So it doesn't really look like the top lane is in any trouble of losing that shrine anytime soon, so I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Wow, by the way, look at Terror here, dodging that owl. He is nearly dead. He was apparently attacked by Tomzi and Holo and nearly dropped there, but is still alive. The question is just for how long. His trade helps him out with the heals, and Juf is now there to also supply a bit more of additional healing. But yeah, interesting talents that we have here. Feral Heart, once again taken, so it's no Shadow Wolf. But I'm really interested about also the talents that Arthas is going to take from here on out. Normally it's just going for the additional sustain. We have a Siege Giant Camp taken. Nice sneaky move that we have on the side of Puszek. But they are still a bit behind in experience. That's one of the things that you need to be aware of. And look at that. Cypher at the top lane claiming the shrine. Apparently Tyrael had to move into the mid and they lose the Dragon Knight just like that. Moves like this just shouldn't happen. Stuff like this just should not happen in such a way. So we had a bit of a rotation there, and just like that, Kappa gets the Dragon Knight. They are close to level 10. They will hit that any second now, and that is of course another big advantage that they have. And there it is. Can they get the kill? No. Good jump here on the side of Muradin. Those are really the important moves. When you hear the sound on the side of Tyrande, then you already are trying to just like jump away. That's exactly what we just saw there. The additional slow on Frostman, no self-sustain for the escape. It's especially interesting since we are not seeing any kind of support here for Arthas that would be out of the ordinary. We have even Syndragosa taken. So with Syndragosa, no Rune Tap, he will have to go for those additional talents on 13 and 16 and give him survivability. So right now we're having Holo at the bot lane, still using that Dragon Knight to crush through the wall, but now the heroic abilities are also on the board for their opponent. Again, Juf there needs to move back on Malfurion. Oh, he uses straight as heroic, but he cannot keep Kreku alive. Syndragosa was being used, and just like that, it's 2 kills against 0. No counter kill yet. Maybe. No, there comes Zubek trying to jump in with the Judgment. but there's very little they can do right now. Oh, there's a copy on the other hand, now double Tyrael, and with that they're starting to move in once again, but they cannot get a kill. Conti just used his ancestral healing, keep them alive, and Uberim's copy is now dead as well. Interesting to actually see a double Tyrael there. I mean, Tyrael doesn't really do too much with his abilities in this case. I guess later on we're going to see either a double Khaldor, or we might see a double... usually it's not a double Malfurion, but I would even rather see a double Muradin than a double Tyrael, to be honest with you. At least you have the Thunderclap and the Stormbolt. With Tyrael you don't have as much, and of course it's also a question of hit points. But yeah, so far we have level 12 versus level 11, and it's a 1.5 level lead that we're by now seeing for Puszek. Sorry, not for Puszek, but of course for Kappa. So far they're doing pretty well with deciding this game in their favor and tying the series up, but we're not there just yet. Looking at a bit of damage, I mean, it's pretty early in the game still, only 8 minutes, but just to give you a bit of an idea of what's currently going on there, especially when it comes to down to numbers like damage. Abathur is currently at 9,800, 9,000 for Khaldor as well, but it's really Zagara that takes the first place here on the side of the opponent's team. So Cypher at the top lane, trying to do his best with the creep spread, but the interesting part here, of course, is that he did not go for level 7 Endless creep, but instead went for battle momentum, which we see, like, we still see that quite a bit. Battle momentum can be kind of nice on Zagara, because you can really just, like, move in and make sure that you drop everything. Just like one hunter killer after another, the damage that you get out with this is pretty cool. But as you can see here, it's now the level 13 talents that we are finally having for the blue team, and they are running this with Relentless, of course, with Healing Surge. We're having improved Ice Block. Zagara not going for anything, just going for the right-click auto-attack damage build. So auto-attack damage it is. We have Giant Killer, we have Envenomed Spines. Not going into anything else, but yeah, you can do actually quite a lot of damage with Zagara if you're trying to get those auto-attacks out. Terror, on the other hand, he can't do anything here because he got rotated upon and did not see this one coming. So he goes down, 3 kills against 0, and at this point, Kappa is establishing themselves in an incredibly solid lead here. A very solid lead, actually. So we're having Tomze at the bot lane going again for a Dragonite, and at the top this is going to be too late. There was an attempt by Puszek to get the Shrine, but well, Escape already has the Dragonite, and they are starting to move in again. And this time they are starting to move over to the bot lane, where they're trying to drop another fort. Abathur didn't really have a huge impact on the game just yet. This is also one of those maps where Abathur still can of course help out the team, but it's not one of the maps where he can really go for split push experience. Later on, when it's really 5-man roaming the map, then you can, as Abathur, try to soak a lane that is a bit farther away. But it's not like Cursed Hollow, where it's made easy by the objective spawning on one side of the map and you are just simply soaking the other. Or, yeah, maps like Battlefield of Eternity, which are even better than that. Go Terror, down here, is currently just punted away there. Juf and Kreku are starting to make their way back. They can't really do anything about the Dragonite. They're just trying to just whittle it down slowly and steadily, take the experience, and also get, of course, those waves gone, because if they do that, then the towers are going to focus their attention on the Dragonite, and will drop that even faster, and that's what they're here for. But we have 3 more heroes trying to push in together with this, and, yeah, right there, not too much, yeah, using any spells just now. Up at the top lane, Saifu is still using his right clicks and his hunter killers on Zagara, and once again, one of the big deals here is of course that with battle momentum you can really just reduce the cooldown on so many of your abilities, and if you get those hunter killers just going the entire time, they can really do a lot. And we are having now Brute expansion taken, so that's already cool, and with that he is going to be able to get even more now. And right now, we see, in terms of damage, oh, actually, over here, GoTerra might be in trouble. Zagara, by the way, with 20,000 damage, getting a lot of damage in. And here comes the attempt to save Muradin. Judgment used by Puszek, but it does not do anything for him. An attempt in vain. Muradin is down, so is the heroic ability now. And they can move in to take the fort again. But yeah, looking at the abilities that we saw now coming into play on level 16. Stone Form, Tidal Wave, which is super important. We're having Numbing Blast taken, and the True Shot Aura. So for now, they are again in a talent lead, and I mean they are dominating this map completely. I don't think they lost entire tower, did they? No, they don't even lost a tower. They didn't lose anything. They didn't lose anything at all, and the only thing they can really wait for the opponent's team is 16 to hit. If they hit 16, maybe they can use Khaldor to come back. That would be a strong one. On 20, they have Hive Mind on Abathur, which is always amazing. But yeah, level 16 talents are going to be important for their damage output. And Zagara, by the way, in the mid lane, still doing her work. Zagara's numbers are actually really interesting. I mean, this is not a build that you see every day. I have talked to a few players that are saying that they still like the build and they experiment with it every now and then. But you can really tell now how much damage Zagara actually does with this, at least against heroes. It's 22,000 damage, and she is ahead of Jaina with this build. So the Giant Killer against the Muradin and Tyrael composition is not too bad. It depends, of course, a bit on what composition you're up against. If you are going up against a double tank, then it's definitely worth a whole lot more than if your opponent is just simply running a Tyrael as a solo tank, or maybe even something else. So that's one of those things that you need to consider. Another Dragon Knight also being taken. It's just pure map control that we're seeing for Kappa. They are having a great time here. There's Ignite, Stone Form already taken. It is, of course, now also Envenomed Spines after Soma Transference. So full support build for the front line. And I guess Tyrael will still go into Blood for Blood here. But Tomze is now 13 minutes in, going to start and try and do some damage to that wall here in particular. And try, of course, to drop the keep as well if he gets somehow a bit of a hold on that. But Tomze starts to move in. Wall is already gone. He still has 40 seconds on the Dragon Knight. And is at 68%. And yeah, they're starting to move in for this. So 4 kills against 0 still. There's nothing else pushing this in too much. Only just, yep, there's a hit after hit as the Ford focuses on the Hydra. And again, here comes the jump with the Judgment. But Ice Block is saving Jaina for now. The Abathur copy is underway. Ancestral Healing already being used. And they're just moving in for the keep. They're going to get this one, and they might even get a kill. They already take down the copy of Abathur. And it is Arthur super low, but he gets away. Yes. Arthur survives for now, is trying to move away here. Can they get the kill? It looks like they can, yes. Tyrande was too far out, but it doesn't matter. It wasn't a Dragon Knight, so in this case, they can get the kill against Tyrande. But now it's level 19 versus level 17. 1 level away from level 20. 29,000 damage on Zagara, on Jaina. Very well played here so far on the side of Kappa. They're doing really well. So at this point, the one thing that I really want to see is what's going to happen with this one. So yeah, we have now the Escape currently in position, trying to, well, he doesn't really have Syndragosa or anything ready, so a Howling Blast is the only thing that he can throw in there. So let's see. We have down here, we see Go Terror starting to move in once again against the wall there. He didn't go for any kind of like Stormbolt build, so he can't like drop these walls with just a few Stormbolts and try to solo take them down. That's not going to happen. He's just posturing around the Siege Giants a bit. This is of course like the time in the game. This is really the time where they don't want to fight. Kappa, that is. They want to wait. Half a level is all that they need. They want to wait for half a level, and once they reach that, they can just simply say, alright boys, everything's good, we have level 20, we can try and win a fight again. And actually, looking at it, that should kind of coincident with the next shrines to be ready. Not exactly, but within a minute I would say. The shrines are going to be there, and that could actually help them to get another Dragon Knight. Yep, there it is, as I said. 27 seconds, 20 hits just now. Bot lane is already being attacked. Whoa! Absolute Zero is being chosen. Flies twice as far, and you have the extra route. So complete lockdown here. Not even going for a shield, no hard shield, no nothing. Nice cleanse, by the way. Really important one. That would have dropped Muradin. Without the cleanse, there was just nothing they could do. Tyrande, thanks to the Searing attack build, or the Searing arrow build, goes into Nexus Frenzy, trying to go for that. Oh my god, the snipe already. They take down 2 heroes right off the bat, isolating Muradin in the fight, and just like this, they have a huge amount of pressure up against Puszek. And if they kill Muradin, then it's over. It is over. This has to be game. Can they really defend this? I mean, they're going for core. They even neglect now the keep. Abathur is always annoying to push into, and there's a double... Okay, there's a double Kalthus right now. I guess you don't want to deal with this, but they should at least take down the keep. If they don't go for core, they need to go for keep. There's no... Oh, they can go for the dragon, of course. So they're going to try and end it with the dragon here. My bad. So yeah, at this point, they're just like moving in. Keep is already gone. They're going up to the top lane. Uh-oh! Abathur just moves back. Holo was already aware that somewhere there Abathur must be, and blinked even in to try and get a kill, but as you can see, like, Abathur is already gone. But right now it's Escape moving in. We will see a 4 versus 5 situation with the Dragon Knight, and it's a 17-minute Dragon Knight. like 800 damage probably, something around that with a single hit against structures. And with that, then they should be able to, if not drop the core, then at least take down the keep. And core is likely. They're waiting for the rest of the team, and now they're starting to move in. But it's actually a 5 versus 5 once again. So I'm not quite sure if they were really going to be able to drop the core in this case. They might try though. They might try. At least for now they take down the well, and that's already an important one, but yeah. So they're starting to push this in. Catapults everywhere. Looking at damage, just to give you also an idea what Tyrande currently dishes out here. 30,000. So there we have it. 36,000 on Jaina. And yeah, does 880 damage against that with one single hit. The shield is already gone. The Dragonite, on the other hand, is very low as well. They're jumping into the backline against Tyrande once more, but the heal is there, and it does not matter anymore. They bought enough time. Now the game will go, or the match will go into a third game as Kappa takes down Puszek team without any trouble whatsoever in game number 2 and forces the third map.
Alright, Kappa, back to business. Taking map number 2, winning it on Dragonshire, and therefore forcing a third game. So there's definitely a lot of momentum in this series building up. The second game was a lot more one-sided than the first one, where the teams were fighting for 40 minutes, but you can really tell how good Kappa is on Dragonshire. So they make the victory here possible and force Puszek into map number 3, which is going to be Cursed Hollow. And we have, for Kappa, once again, a very, very solid lineup. They have very strong heroes here. We're seeing them with the Tyrande again, this Tyrande and Muradin composition, just super strong. And they're running a Kalthas with that now too. At the front line, it is an Uberak. But the cool thing really in this match is when we're looking on the side of Puszek team. Puszek drafted a very solid setup here, nothing too out of the ordinary. They had the Johanna, they had their falls, they had the decent damage there. And then at the end, just bam, like that, they're picking over. And all of a sudden, there was a ton of pressure on all of the squishes that we're seeing for Kappa. But we all know that Nova, while being a decent hero for like quick matches in Hero League, in competitive play doesn't see too much action. We see her every now and then, but it's not really a hero that makes the most impression on the game there. So if you gain momentum, the Nova is really great to carry that momentum, but it's very difficult to like use a Nova when you fall behind, just because usually she relies a lot on her gathering power stacks. It's very difficult for her to get out of the way when there's suddenly like detection on the way, if she has already been detected by the opponent, because she doesn't really have an escape. So we're going to find out what kind of impact Nova will have on this game, and if Puszek with a Nova can win this third map, or if it's going to be Kappa that takes the grand final.
The best of 3 series is tied. Puszek team going up against Kappa. The score is 1-1, and the last map in the best of 3 series is Cursed Hollow. To the left side of the map, it is the Polish team, Puszek with Chubek on Falstad, GoTerra on Johanna, we have Iburim on Nova, and Juf on Rega with Kreku playing Jaina in this game. To the right side of the map, on the other hand, we're having Kappa with Saifo on Anuburak, it is Conti on Malfurion, Escape on Muradin, Tomze is playing Tyrande here, and we're having Holo on Kalthas. So Nova is in the game, and that alone is already pretty damn awesome. Really, really nice. I'm just currently waiting how exactly Nova is going to feel in this game right now. We have Ambush Snipe taken on level 1, and with a reduction on the cooldown for the chain heal, we could even see a Shadow Wolf on level 4 here. But of course, Tyrande had to go into a bit of a damage build, and we've already seen an approach earlier on with Searing Arrows on level 4, but in this case, it is actually, again, the Owl build that we're seeing for Tyrande, just because they need more damage. They have a Kalthas in there, and on 16 he's going to be able to definitely do quite a lot of that, but they need more, because besides that they only have a double tank right now. And that of course helps a bit against Nova. They didn't really want to put another target on the board, but still, it's something where you need to get a bit more in right now. So down to the bot lane now, we're having Juf and Conti Rotsov the Turtle. The 2 healers are going up against each other. And here in the middle, that's a bit of a different matter though, because Uberim on his Nova is starting to do quite a bit of damage. I think, yes, there is of course the immediate jump back. And as you could see, Holo was still able to put another living bomb on Nova here, who is trying to get a damage in, and by the way, desperately needs a new mount, because that thingy just does not fly. So, we have a pause immediately. This is actually becoming a bit of an issue. Like, these players really need to make sure that they are going to get their I fixed it. So apparently he told the little brother to stop the porn downloads. I think that's what currently is happening there. But we have a lot of pauses today. I think a lot of the players have either pretty bad internet or some other problems with their hardware, which should probably for the future be fixed. As is, though, we have Ibrahim up at the top lane, trying to see if he can maybe take down Saifu together with Puszek here on Falstad. That was not the case, but at the bot lane, let's see what we have there. Conti and Juve still playing that little healer dance. And there shouldn't really be anything happening over there. The Escape, Tomzi and Holo are just there in position. Once again, we have also a quick owl up to the top lane. It's all just like posturing around in the early game. Especially Kappa shouldn't really be able to make anything happen here, since they are running this with a double tank comp. They have Muradin and Tyrande though. This is like the big the big advantage that they have, Muradin, Tyrande. And with those two, they can try to drop a target with the, also of course with Kalthas. The only problem that they're really having here is that they are running up against a team that has a lot of damage. And especially Nova will just roam the map the entire time. So once the Tyrande and Muradin start roaming as well, they might run into a bit of a sniper squad there and then lose a hero. But they're already trying to do that at the bot lane right now. I think that has been found out by Jaina already. So in the early game, besides those attempts with a kill here, they shouldn't really be able to make too much work just because they're lacking the damage this early on. It's also going to be interesting on level 13 if they're going to go into Burning Rage on one or two of the tanks because, well, let's just face it. Oh, that is a nice trap. They are going to get maybe a kill against Nova. Not quite. That would have been a good one though. But yeah, as I was about to say, on level 13, one of the questions is, will the tanks go into Burning Rage? Because if you're lacking damage, this is a great talent to take, especially if you're running a double tank. The problem that they have for this is that there's so much spell damage on the opponent's lineup that you rather would like to go into Spell Shield. They get a kill! Wow! They already get a kill, and just with that little setup that they have there, really well done here by them. Kappa taking an early kill and also getting now their first tribute. Very well played here. Alun's Grace on Conti. Uberim has to lane now with Nova. Well, you never really want to lane with Nova. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I guess he had to rotate over to just keep the experience here. And this is a little bit tricky. So once again, we have just like the owl build completed, or not completed, but like they are getting the next talent as well, which in this case is Pierce. There's some power, of course, now taken too. And we're seeing a switch into the Beetle build on the side of Anubarak, going at least into the auto spawn on the Locust every 8 seconds with his Legion of Beetles talent there. Nova, of course, with gathering power, as does, by the way, also Falstad and Kelthas. Take both of them. And we're having the Feral Heart over Shadow Wolf taken on the side of Rhaegar. So, at this point, it's still Kappa with a slight lead in the game. They have still a double tank set up here. By the way, with the Tyrande, they also have, of course, another heal addition with Overflowing Light at level 13. Tyrande can get quite some heal out there. Nice shield flare to cancel out the attempt of Tomze to catch the tribute, but it looks like Holo is going to get it. Nope, there's the Condemned moving in, and they already have now the anti-armor shells taken on level 7. We have Conviction for Terror. That's going to make it a bit easier to close the distance between him and the target when he tries to go for Condemn. Frostbitten for Jaina, and in the case of Falstad, it's Secret Weapon over Boomerang. So we're having an auto attack build for Falstad. Is going to go into Giant Killer, which makes a lot of sense since we're having 2 tanks on the opponent's team on level 13. Piercing Bolt still there. And everybody just trying to zone here a little bit. Especially, of course, trying to push back Kappa here, since they already have their first tribute. And with the position that we are seeing, at least Jaina can now move down and hit another Blizzard there if she wants to. Oh, the Escape jumps in, misses the Storm Bolt. And they're getting the tribute, aren't they? Yes, good move there on the side of Kappa. Jump. Oh wow, actually also a lot of damage that we were able to dish out against Falstad here. But I really like the approach, jumping in from the side, pushing them back, taking from the back line, then the tribute, channeling that with Kelthas. So that was actually well done here. And of course we have to wait and find out how much damage especially Nova can do. Nova normally on level 7, this is where she becomes really dangerous. Of course the talents later on with the lethal decoy and all of that is going to be quite strong for her as well, not to mention the heroic ability. But once that you have the anti-armor shells, you can really start with that burst damage. It's just so nice to move in, get that snipe in with the ambush snipe, and make sure that you get snipe pinning shot on a quick right click in. There's a lot of damage and you can really just poke against targets the entire time. And the squishier the better, of course, and that's where Tyrande is going to be one of her priority targets, and also Malfurion, who is down at the bot lane in this case. So GoTerra and Kreku, they're in the mid lane right now, together with the Bruiser camp that they were able to get earlier. Up here to the top. So far, Nova not really getting as much done as she was hoping for. It is still that healer battle that we see at the bot lane. Juve trying to take down those siege giants, and that's not going to be easy. Conti is doing a decent job with his own healer to make sure that they have to rotate someone over to help out Rhaegar. If not for that, they would have probably lost a tower or two there. The Scape at the top, together with Tomzi. They are trying to go for a kill. Uberim is still there on his Nova. Stun not successful, but they're already in the vicinity of the tribute, and Rhaegar is still at the bot lane. If he rotates over, they're actually trying to fight here. He's gonna take ages to get there. Well, they're not gonna fight. Or are they? They are apparently still trying to make that happen. And Falstad is going to die. And they also are probably going to get cursed right now. I don't really understand what happened there. That must have been a bit of a miscommunication. Maybe someone didn't realize that there was a tribute on the map, because the rotation from Juve from the bot lane and Kreku in the middle was extremely late, and the chances of delaying that for this long with only 3 heroes against 5 without one of them dying or at least taking severe damage are slim to none. Now they're starting to put some damage in. Actually, like, they are able to get at least some. Uberim with a kill, and they get a double kill after all. Oh, and they're hit by Falstad, who finally comes back. So here's the heal for Juve. But yeah, like a pretty late rotation, so that didn't work for them at all when Falstad died. But they're able to turn it around, and that was pretty cool. Getting experience in the mid lane allowed them to go into level 10. Both of the teams had that. But that was actually like quite nice that we still saw that kill thanks to Nova with that precision strike that we saw there. So that was pretty cool. So Puszek team originally at the start not really getting into the position that they wanted. I guess they wanted to just either was a miscommunication, or they tried to soak a bit more experience, which in this case I feel they don't necessarily need it at that point. As is though, they were able to still catch the tribute and get into that position, and they got 3 kills now with that kill against Malfurion, making that 3, and they also know what's going on over there. They could try and take over that that boss. Nope, they're just moving back and letting it leash now. So yeah, well done, well played here. Precision Strike, Blessed Shield, Hinterland Blast, Falstad dying to really buy them the time, but they were able, thanks to the low cooldowns, to really get him back into the fight before things got too hairy. So yeah, pretty cool, and well done. And they get the kill against Nubarak as well. Wow, all of a sudden these guys are on a roll. They lost 2 heroes early on, and they also lost 2 of the tributes, but just like that, they are able to completely dominate here. It looks like Kappa is currently really just losing it a little bit. Panicking a bit maybe, trying to take too many risks there, so they just need to take a deep breath and say like, alright boys, that did not go as intended, we were in a great situation, but it was still early in the game, let's just focus on what we do best. They are going to take that tribute, it's going to be 2 tributes each, they're going to go for boss, we're going to do the same at the top lane, and then we're going to take it from there. And that's exactly what they have to do right now, and this is what they are currently trying here. So, yeah, we have boss for boss taken. Tributes are still 2 for 2. The problem that Kappa now currently has is that we are looking at a soon-to-be level 13 talent on the side of Puszek. And the Polish team with the 13 talent will have an advantage when it comes to a tribute fight. There's an entire level that Kappa is currently missing. The boss is going through that wall, and the towers are already gone, so that's another big problem they have. Top tower still has a bit of ammunition, but they're starting to move over to take this camp, and there it is. Yeah, Johanna is there. Can they fight right now? There's the Stormbolt. GoTerra moves back. We're having him straight in position, and they're going for a quick snipe. Oh my god, look at that ragdoll Malfurion. Gets completely blasted away. They keep Jaina alive. That was really well done. Starfall and Phoenix are in the same spot. That's exactly where they should be, unless you want to zone something and really cover a whole area. Great play here on the side of Puszek once again. I really like that zoning overlap that we saw in this fight from Starfall and Phoenix. That was a very cool move. If they can actually like put them into that spot, then they can win a fight like this. But of course, it just have to move back. Now the wall is taken out here. We have the curse. Chubek is in a great position with this. Down to the bot lane, we're currently seeing the boss taking down another tower, and this is going to be absolutely awesome. awesome for the Polish, at least. They have the curse, they drop the fort in the mid lane, or at least that's their intent right now. Fawcett is up at the top lane and is making sure that they at least get this one. They put so much damage on the board right now. And we're having now the 13 talents, and we've already talked earlier about the Burning Rage that you really want to get, but they can't go for it. They need to go into Spell Shield, double Spell Shield, 1 Ice Block, Flamethrower and Overflowing Light, as expected. The talents on 13, exactly what we've been talking about earlier, and when we're looking at the side of Puszek team, they run with that Giant Killer on Falstad. He needs it against the double tanks, of course, having improved Ice Block, the Lethal Decoy, and in this case the Spell Shield on Johanna as well. The 16 talent is now already there. God, it is such a bad spot to be in for Kappa right now. Puszek is completely in control of what's going on here. Oh, and they're trying to blast Escape away, and they get him, even with Tranquility being used in the back there. That just was not enough. The Water Elemental is just standing there, not doing anything right now. 16 versus 14, not being redirected here for whatever reason, but I guess it wouldn't have done anything anyways. And yes, there's of course also now the Overdrive talent, and it is just brutal. Blast Hammer for additional damage. We're having in this case the double fake. Let's look a bit at the hero damage that we're seeing in the game now. 9,000 on Johanna and 18,000 on Nova. Nova. She's really starting to put the pressure on, and Nova, of course, with great damage in the game thus far. We're seeing on the other hand then 13,000 for Anubarak and 14,000 on the side of Kelthas. But still, damage, they have a lot of sustain. The problem is really all the damage that we're seeing on the side of Puszek team, and Puszek has been taking down structures the entire time. All of the forts are already gone, keeps are under pressure. They are in an absolutely great position right now to make this work. Level 17 versus 14. Nova is helping out wherever she can, and she is at 18,000 hero damage. All these snipes, and especially earlier when she was able to blow Malfuri into pieces, that was exactly what they needed there. And they're starting to rotate over once again. They want to get into a position where they can make something happen here. Steal another camp away would, for example, be a great start for them to stay in control. And it looks like they can. They steal the Bruiser camp away. The rotation wasn't fast enough. Actually, it didn't even happen since we had a few of the heroes down to the bot lane trying to take the Siege Giant camp. But this now puts a double camp into the mid lane. 2 Bruiser camps in the mid lane, and that's why we're immediately seeing 2 heroic abilities. Starfall and Phoenix combined. They're saying, alright, we have to do something about it. We cannot simply let this go through the wall to the keep and our opponents with it. That just can't fly. So right now, 17 versus 15, nearly 18 by the way, massive advantage now. And of course they need to take these tributes, and at this point we don't even have the level 16 talent on the side of Kappa, so there's absolutely no way for Kappa team to move in and take the tribute. They're never even gonna try, and why would they? There's only 1 tribute now for the opponent, and nice. Still trying to annoy them a bit with that owl, and I really like that. So they're getting the owl in, and that is doing work now too. But in this case you can really see that level 16 talents are what's needed here for Kappa, and they have them now. So Ignite, Stone Form, we are seeing Ranger's Mark, or not Ranger's Mark, but like Ranger taken, and that's already a really solid start. I mean, those are talents that are absolutely great. This will help Tyrande to put a bit more damage out, it will help Muradin to stay alive. Kelthas, we don't even have to talk about him. That spike that you have in damage on level 16 is just absolutely incredible. Using, like having that Living Bomb applied to every single target that you have with a Flame Strike is just absolutely insane, especially when you use your passive to just broaden the radius of Flame Strikes. So now we also see again hindering Moonfire, which is kind of nice as well. It's just like both of the teams dancing around a little bit, and this is actually the time that is kind of difficult for not Kappa, but for their opponent. Because so far Puszek has established a massive lead. 6 kills against 2, a 2-level lead. They took the first curse, they got the boss earlier, but now they are on even talents. Yes, they have a 2-level advantage, but that's only a stat advantage. That helps, but it's not going to put you in a position where you say like, okay, we got this now. Nice Ice Block, I'm liking that. They're trying to move in again. Phoenix and Flame Strike, or not Flame Strike, Phoenix and Flame Strike, and everything thanks to the Starfall slowed down as well. 2 kills against 1, Muradin down, Johanna down, and Jaina down, and that's exactly what I just said. This is the time that is difficult and dangerous for Puszek. This is the time where they fight on even talents with their opponent, and this is the time where finally we have level 16 for the opponent's team. Kappa has 16 and they are using it. We are seeing already the boss attack. Curse has started, and they got that tribute that was so important to them, and they're simply going for the boss here. The root against Tyrande, yes, and goodbye. No, what? No way! No freaking way! What? How on earth did Tomsey survive there? Oh my god, if I was Nova, I would just probably just bite in my sniper rifle. God, I would be mad. God, I would be angry. How on earth did that not kill Tyrande? Unbelievable. That's crazy. That should have been a kill. The boss is now starting to move on, and they can simply move down and take the boss at the bot lane. I mean, what else are you going to do? You have to defend against this one. There's just no way. You have to defend with everything that you have, because you are still cursed for another like 10 seconds. The boss is going to go through that wall. Can they really leave him alone here? They can't. The boss would kill the keep for sure. So they have to defend boss against boss, and this is just getting... This is getting good. Level 20 is, of course, the big milestone that Puszek is currently waiting for. That's the big thing that they are currently trying to get before anything else. And there it is. And now they can start a fight again. Now they have the advantage again. Now they are going to try and take a keep. There's like 2 rewinds already. One on Rhaegar, the other one on Nova. A lot of damage that they have right now. And we're seeing also the talent on level 20 for Falstad with the improvement on his heroic ability. Call of the Wildhammer. We're seeing the Bolt of the Storm and Indestructible for Johanna. There we go. We have once again the boss starting to move through, but up here it is an attempt to crush through the wall by Kappa. Kappa starts to move in again. 25,000 damage on Nova, 32,000 already on Khaldor. Ranger moves in once again. This combo, Starfall and Flame Strike, is just damn good. It's really good. If that hits in a team fight perfectly, then you are in trouble, especially if somebody is able to lock you down with another stun. So at this point, we're having both of the bosses defended against. But it's level 20 versus 19, so that advantage that we're seeing for Puszek team is not going to be there forever. We're having up here the Scape, Cypher and Tomsey moving together as 3, starting to take camps and get those one by one. Down here, it is Holo and Conti doing the same thing with one of the Siege Giant camps. And Puszek is with a fly-in ability, still the guy that is going for a bit of split push experience, trying to make sure that he gets everything that's on there. All the experience, gets that lead, stat advantage is still a stat advantage. It might be a small one, but why not just go for that? Over here, once again, we're having everybody lining up to go for a keep, and this is the one where they really want to fight. They have the remainings of one camp still helping them out there, but if they can get the keep, then now. This is level 20. This is where they have that chance. This is where they have the edge, and this is where they are trying to make something happen, but they just don't want to attack into this. And attacking into the keep is always annoying as well, but there's another tribute, and that's what also triggered them moving away once more. With them moving straight for the tribute here, they can get the second one. That means the next one is going to curse the opponent. And well, for now they have 2 out of 3. Level 20 has now hit also for Kappa. Kappa with a very tank. Wow. Muradin and a Nuburak are super tanky now. The attempt to put pressure onto the keep. Wow, that's a lot of damage actually. And of course the move back immediately. Yeah, there's the rewind. We saw a double owl moving in. Oh, Puszek is getting blasted to pieces. He was trying to go out with a bang, but yeah, that did not really work as intended. That Interland Blast never went off. And right now we're having another attempt to just chase down the targets. Water Elemental, okay, nice. Good targeting. Not sure if you saw that, but he actually targeted both of the heroes once, just to slow them down enough so that everybody could mount up and run away. So it was a bit costly. Whoa, the damage against Kreku here. Jaina has to move away. Cypher is trying to get a stun in, but that doesn't really matter anymore. The keep is gonna fall though, and this is a big problem right now. This is the keep that the boss already attacked earlier, and right now they're just like moving in. By the way, we have now Tyrande with 40,000 damage. That is, Tyrande is the better sniper compared to Nova. Just joking. I mean, it's very different damage that is being dished out with that. Nova, of course, has the advantage that she just bursts out the damage and is trying to kill a target, whereas for Tyrande, a lot of the damage is useless because it's just like hits once, and when the fight starts, the hero is already in full HP again, as we just see there. It's the tribute that has been captured now by the red team. So Kappa has a tribute on their own. There's still 2 tributes. There were one tribute is still the one that they can let go. Puszek team, of course. But then for the next one, they would have to fight, and that would curse a team. 7 kills against 5 right now. Both of the teams are on level 20, and well, we're having up here again an attempt to go for Johanna, but she's super tanky. Tribute is gonna spawn up at the top again this time. And there is the owl moving in, dishing out the damage. The bosses are up again, and that is the big point. We have the first boss already up right over here, and if you can take those 20 minutes in, that is a lot of damage, especially if you get the bottom one on the side of... If Kappa gets the bottom one, then of course we would see Puszek in a lot of trouble. Yeah, Puszek with quite a lot of damage, but he dodges both of these. Very important. If he gets locked down here on a false stat with nearly no hit points, then... yeah, then it's lights out. Then they are going to lose the damage right away. But they are moving back. The bot lane is still pushing in, of course, thanks to the catapults that we are seeing there. But they are just rotating away, and here's the Tribute. Tribute is up at the top, and they have the better position for this one now. This is going to be the important move. Where is that Phoenix? Where is that Starfall? They're going to try and use that again to zone them out. But the root against Johanna puts them in a position where they can dish out a bit of extra damage without taking any themselves. Again, the owl all the time. Owls everywhere. Oh, and the snipe attempt! No! And Uberang survives, and there's the Flame Strike and the Starfall immediately. They have to move back, and it is with Tranquility Kappa team that pushes them back, and they put Tomze in position to channel their Tribute, and they are going to get it. It's Tribute number 2. The next one will decide which team is going to get cursed here. So once again, the Ancestral Healing has been used to keep them alive, and another owl is flying to Hogwarts, but this time not taking anybody with it. So right now, heal 72,000 against only 27,000. What? What is Malfurion doing? Asleep on the wheel, apparently. What exactly is that? Dude, aren't you embarrassed? Come on, Malfurion. I know you're old, but, like, are you serious? Tyrande will just overtake you in heal in just a little bit. That is a very interesting stat on Malfurion. Malfurion look to Rhaegar, right? 72,000? That's how it's done. That's how it's done, buddy. That's how you do it. Alrighty, so, boss, that's what's really up now. The problem is that down here, the shield is gone on the... the Tribute spawning. They're gonna lose hit points on the core. The catapults are still there, and the shields are already gone on the core. They are coming back, but this is going to be the most important fight right now. And there's already a Phoenix for the zoning. We have Terra in position. Sypho is waiting for his chance now as well. The Tribute is there. There's another stun. This is the one that they really need to get. Oh, triple hit with the owl. A triple hit with the owl at this point. And the Flame Strike. They cannot get it. They're going to get cursed. They can't get it. They need the heal, and they need it fast. And Jouf is in position where he needs to get those chain waves in. Again, the Ancestral Healing. It's too much poke. It's just simply too much poke. And there it is again. And they will have... There's the Starfall. They push them back. That Hinterland Blast not strong enough. But a nice move by Nova. Nova snipes one. They get two. Nova, maybe with a game-winning move here. They get 3 heroes, moves in from behind, and Nova just snipes Kelthas away. It's a 4-man kill, only Falstad dying. They lost a couple of points on the core, but they don't even care, or do they? Yes, they do. They capture the Tribute, they curse their opponents, they're already moving in. Down here, the catapults are pushing in the damage. They will lose a bit more hit points, but the next wave is just going to go through this with no problem whatsoever. The Scape is trying to force them to move back. I'm not sure that he can. I'm not sure that he can. 75%. There's Jaina. Somebody moved back, but they're still going straight for the heart of Kappa space. They have to take a keep first. They forgot that they didn't have a keep. They forgot that they did not take a keep yet. Oh, and the kill against Mirrodin. Oh my god, Krakow with a Bolt of the Storm. But they're rushing in right now. The keep is already gone. 4 seconds, again 6 seconds. Are they going to be able to take it? Kelthas is back. Kelthas is back. There's the Phoenix and the Flame Strikes. They have the core on 77%. They move straight in for the kill. They're trying to get it right now. 50%. Nova hits it too. And here comes Malfurion. They're trying to do what they can. Uberim on Nova is dead, but it does not matter. It's GG and game. Puszek team. They win the qualifier final with a 2-1. They take down Kappa team and take the tournament. Congratulations.
And the victor of the best of 3 series is Puszek team, the Polish team. And guys, I really for the longest time thought that they would not be able to make it here. They were under a lot of pressure, and especially in the last fights, you could really tell how the entire time Kappa was just dancing around them, zoning them out completely with the heroes that they had. And then suddenly in that last fight that we saw, from the side there comes Nova, comes in, sees an opportunity, snipes Khaldor, takes him out right away. Khaldor down, no more damage on the side of Kappa, at least not enough to win the team fight, and from there on out it all snowballed out of control of Kappa. They lost hero after hero, nearly the entire team got wiped there, and then we have Puszek using that opportunity to just carry it right into the heart of Kappa team and take down the core. Definitely a sick turnaround that we saw there from Puszek team, extremely well played. I loved how Kappa especially approached the early and the mid game, but in this case you could really tell that this one move, this one single kill that Nova had was exactly what they needed. The crucial team fight at the end of the game, they win it because of that early snipe, and then all of a sudden it is their game. A 2-1 victory now for Puszek team. Congratulations to them. Very, very solid performance here, and they of course gain a lot of points now for the standings. You can find some links in the Twitch description as well if you guys are interested in how the tournaments are currently proceeding, if you are interested in the brackets and also of course the current standings for the qualifier here. I hope that you enjoyed the commentary in the games as well. Had a blast casting the finals. It was really a lot of fun, and if you had also fun watching it, then make sure that you give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. Subscribe to KhaldorTV if you have not done that either, and I'm going to see you guys soon, hopefully at least, on the channel again for more Heroes of the Storm action. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye bye.